This is a last quick note, specifically for you, because we know that you are a HR professional. But right now, people are actually getting fired, let go from their jobs from posting about Charlie Kirk. It's all very subjective. It's people across the spectrum, people saying, hey, I don't agree what happened, but it happened, which I want for lunch. It's people that saying, you know, I could care less. It's all across the spectrum. People are losing their jobs. What advice do you have right now for how people can kind of maintain their privacy, be able to kind of interact if they want on social media? But it's so important to keep a check right now
Yes,
in these
yes.
days. So please.
So I'm gonna give you some steps.
Okay.
First step is private all of your socials right now. For the time being, put them on private. If you have professional profiles, obviously don't ever put anything there that is outside of just whatever it is you do professionally, but also remove your profile picture from the professional websites from the time being. That's that's the first thing to do. At the end, or you can put a little tag up, like we put the what was the name of the legal note that we put down?
The copyright disclaimer.
The copyright, the disclaimer. Instead, so put at the end or at the beginning even of any post that you make, the following thoughts are simply my own. They do not represent anything or anyone that I am affiliated with. These are my personal thoughts. The reason you're going to do that, because the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go into that employee handbook or your employer's policies, and you're going to pull the latest social media policy that was written and put into play at your work. And you're going to pull that, you're going to read through it. And I really do need for you to actually read through it as an HR professional. Something that I've learned over the years is that like 60% of the stuff that we write never even gets looked at. People just sign it and they move on. But I need you to read through that social media policy. Some social media policies say anything that you do personally in your personal time that's not during working hours, we have no parts in. So that brings me to my next point. Do not post anything during working hours, because that could be in direct violation of a social media policy, because most of them say you will not take part in social media while at work. And simply like opening up an app and typing something and posting it, that can be used against you. So make sure everything you do is not during working hours. At this particular time, and I would not have advised this before, make sure you are putting either before or after the following or the aforementioned is of my own personal views. It does not represent any entity or anyone else. I am only representing myself here. And the reason that you are doing that is if for some reason you do find yourself on the other end of a suspension or a termination, and you do find yourself needing to file an EEO complaint or needing to get an employment lawyer to defend yourself, whether you are seeking a severance, you want to represent that you were never representing the company. And particularly around this particular topic we are dealing with, I imagine employment lawyers will come from the angle of, number one, free speech, but number two, that employers are reacting so quickly to this that I don't think they're thinking this all the way through, because what inevitably will happen, and we won't see this like immediately, but what will happen is people are going to win cases because of this individual being incredibly discriminatory. And so cases will likely be won on the fact of I was speaking out against fascism. I was speaking out against racism. I was speaking out against a litany of things that are are and were within our Constitution, within many civil rights. Also, know your rights. There are so many civil rights. Some of us know them backwards and forwards. Some of us know some of them backwards and forwards, but really get to learn there are so many laws on the books that they haven't touched yet, they haven't messed with. And so, while it's still disheartening and you still will end up possibly losing your jobs, these are steps that you can take and subsequent steps you can take if something were to happen. But in the meantime, in between time, privatize those pages. Do not use your full legal name. Go through the settings and find out how many people are seeing what. Yeah. So those are my steps.
It's great advice. Get the blocking people, get the restricting people, and maybe even creating a new separate profile. If you are having some questions, Tee is also a HR consultant, and so just leave some comments and reach out to her, and she can kind of help you directly answer any issues that you may have because she's dope like that. All right, let's get into our closing notes. I can't believe we made it